This show is being brought to you in glorious black and white.
During the making of this podcast, no farm animals were fondled, although it did cross our minds. Hello, and welcome to National Geographic.
What? This is not National Geographic. This is a podcast called Pull Yourself to Pieces.
Oh, I must be in the wrong studio.
No, you idiot. We're in the right studio. You're my brother Ray, my co-host.
Oh, right. Now I remember. Oh, tell them about the show, Bill.
Hey everybody, this is Bill.
And this is Ray.
Get ready for an exciting episode of your favorite show, Pull Yourself to Pieces,
where we find humor from the inside and out.
Turn up your ears, open your mind, and enjoy the ride.
Dead air.
Radio, podcasts, and television all have one thing in common: the dreaded dead air. Dead air is what happens when either there is too much time between show segments, technical difficulties, difficult guests who have nothing to say, or live shows that go to black because of footage or conversations that should not be seen or heard. We here at Pull Yourself to Pieces realize this is an ongoing problem. So we have condensed all of our dead air into 30 seconds of dead air, which we will now present to you in order to get it over with and have a smooth flowing show. Here we go.
Did you turn the mics down?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, good.
So, did you end up going?
You mean to the nudist colony?
Yeah. Yeah, how was it?
Oh, it was strange. It was weird.
Really? You
Yeah.
you weren't embarrassed, if you didn't measure up to the other guys there?
Well, I made sure I always had something large blocking that area when I was walking around. So,
Yeah.
I found a
That's a good
guitar
idea.
and a big frying pan. People kept coming up to me and saying, "Are you the cook?" And I'd be like, "No."
Right.
So,
Yeah, I could see that. Hey, do you
yeah.
get to keep your socks on?
Well, see, they actually have what's called the sock police because technically,
Really?
if you're wearing socks, you're not really naked. And so they confiscate your socks because they don't want you to, place it over your thing to cover
Right.
that up because
Yeah,
that
right.
would be cheating. So yeah, no socks.
Well,
And
I got to tell you,
they're adamant. You got to give them your socks. So
I give you a lot of credit.
no
I
socks.
couldn't do it. I'd always be worried that I'd see someone hot and boing.
Oh, well, that was a major problem to deal with.
Ah.
So I just sat there thinking, a Roseanne Barr nude, and that
Yeah.
stopped
Yeah.
anything from happening.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Mom always works for me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, in what way? She turned you on?
Wait. No, the opposite, of course, thank God.
Oh, okay. Because
I'm
I
pretty
was
sure.
starting to worry about you.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think our time is up. All right, turn the mics back up.
Okay.
Conspiracy theories.
Welcome to Pull Yourself to Pieces Conspiracy Theories. Today we're going to talk about Walt Disney, the animation legend who died from complications of lung cancer on December 15th, 1966. Ironically, he had just undergone surgery a month earlier for lung cancer, but apparently he didn't survive. Supposedly, a private funeral was held the next day, and on December 17th, his body was cremated and interred at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale. There is a theory that he was not cremated and that he was frozen. The theory is he was
Okay.
frozen. But early cryogenics were not perfected, so he ended up frozen like a giant popsicle, or a waltzicle, if you please.
Now, come on. Is that really true?
It could be. And then what does a waltzicle look like? A popsicle with a mustache? I don't know. Legend has it that while being transferred to his decades-long internment storage unit, he was dropped and shattered into pieces.
Oh my God! What did they do to all those shattered pieces?
Well, what do you do with shattered pieces? I guess you could sweep them all up and feed them to a dog. I don't know. All I know is that the Rolling Stones hit song "Shattered" is all about that mishap with the band using the song to try to send a message to all those listening that Disney was in many pieces. Yeah, in fact, if you play "Shattered" backwards, you can hear someone say, "Walt's head is frozen. Walt's head is frozen."
Really?
Yeah. It's like when you listen very hard, you can hear someone say, "I buried Paul" at the end of "I Am the Walrus." Rock bands have been dropping subtle hints for decades, Bill,
Why would rock bands try to give hints about the Frozen thing?
because it's all about sticking it to the man. They are rebels. They trying to get that message out there. Here, another thing. The song "Bits and Pieces" by the band the Dave Clark Five is also another attempt to alert the public that Disney was not whole, but it failed to catch on. Yeah, not kidding.
Well, I don't know. I guess it's possible. I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah,
That's why these are conspiracy theories, right?
absolutely.
Okay.
Apparently, the head now that was all that's left was preserved and frozen. In coming decades, it will be thawed out and surgically placed on a host body. Well, preferably someone who was decapitated in a freak accident.
Gotcha. What happens if they put Walt's head on like a woman?
Oh, you mean like Jane Mansfield? She was decapitated. Wow. I imagine that one day you're walking around with a penis and the next day you're walking around with a pair of boobs. Well, I heard that Hitler's brain is on ice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it should have been Einstein's brain, but actually,
Yeah.
now
Well,
you
that would
say
have
that.
been the brain to save. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I actually really think that Michael Jackson is definitely frozen.
You think so?
Well, the technology is there. I mean, it wasn't there, 30 years ago, but in fact, I actually think he wore that one glove because he
Yeah.
had his hand removed to test the cryogenics. It makes
Oh,
sense, right? Yeah, that's why I
interesting.
put the glove on. We couldn't see it,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it
if
makes
he's
no sense.
frozen, is he vanilla pop or chocolate pop?
Oh my gosh.
You know what? They should have frozen Gene Kelly's legs because you could have
Oh,
put those on somebody who couldn't dance and
that's
turned him into an instant dancer.
yeah, you got me thinking now. Maybe Andre the Giant's feet would have been a good choice.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Or how about David Hasselhoff's hair?
Oh, now you got me thinking. We
Yeah.
should start a petition for future
Yeah.
cryos. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do
Um
we want to see what frozen? Yeah.
well, let's think. You said David Hasselhoff's hair. That's a good one.
Yeah.
How about Michael Jordan's hands?
Oh,
Hmm.
well, definitely Salma Hayek's breasts.
Oh, that could go very well with Hugh Jackman's body.
And George Clooney's face.
Yeah, we're building a hell of a person there. Oh,
Oh, yeah. Imagine what that would
imagine.
look like altogether.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Speaking of these body parts,
Yeah.
Walt Disney, right? The whole body. I mean, did they, did they freeze his penis separately? Do they keep that in a special chamber?
I don't know. The conspiracy theory copy on this doesn't mention that.
Oh, I thought maybe they have like a
So
frozen pickle jar.
that's an idea.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that'd be a great bank to have, a donation bank. Yeah,
Of penises?
yeah, you call it frozen assets. And then doctors
Yeah.
can transplant the penises onto some, less endowed males.
Men that have a lot of guns collection?
Right. Less endowed guy, right. Those
Yeah.
kind of guys,
Okay.
who
Gotcha.
not guys like you and me, but those
Yeah.
kind of guys,
Yeah.
those are the guys that would need it.
I heard that that the haunted mansion in Disney World actually has stone heads in the graveyard. It seems to
Really?
me that it's possible that maybe one of those stone heads could be hiding Walt's head.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, you might be right about that. I've been there, and one of those statues, the head is The head's broken. I mean, his head could be in there. It even looks a little bit like him. Really does. That's a good theory. That's a good theory. In fact, speaking of theories, there's a theory I heard, that in the movie Frozen, there's actually a hidden frozen statue head of Walt Disney. It's hidden in there if you look carefully. I'm not going to tell you where, but it's there. And I tried to start a conspiracy theory, but everyone was telling me just let it go. Just let it go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Supposedly, his head is kept in a vault at the bottom of the It's a Small World After All ride, Orlando, Florida.
And his penis in a frozen pickle jar.
This presentation sponsored by?
Ever just crave a slice of pizza? Well, at Tony's Pizza, 739 West Main Street, you can come in and get a slice because that's all we serve. No calzones, no pasta dishes, no sausage and peppers, no tiramisu and no garlic knots, because at Tony's Pizza, pizza is all we know how to make. Our dough and sauce are made fresh daily, and we use only the finest ingredients for your toppings. Stop in for a slice and say hello. Not to be confused with Tony's Pizza, the other Tony's Pizza, the original Tony's Pizza, Authentic's Tony's Pizza, or Angelo's Pizza, formerly known as Tony's Pizza.
What in God's name?
It's time for What in God's Name?
Do you think we really should do this? Talk about God and religion?
True, to some people, talking religion is a taboo.
Yes, but sometimes things just need to be said.
Good idea, oh Lord.
Of course it's a good idea.
Well, there you have it. We got permission.
God said it's okay. Let's talk about it.
Today on What in God's Name, we're going to discuss the Church of Euthanasia.
Wait, there's a church that's just for young people in China?
No. It's an actual church of euthanasia. When you want people to kill themselves? Euthanasia.
Oh. Well, I'm thinking youth in Asia. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, it's
Gotcha.
all one word.
Okay.
See, what happened was the constant increase in human population added to a simultaneous decrease in morals and values led to the birth of this church, whose sole commandment is, thou shalt not procreate.
Wait. What do they mean by thou shalt not procreate?
It means no humping. No hump day of the week, no camels, no people with disfigured spines. How does that fit in? No humps. Oh, right, yeah.
Oh.
Look, the fact that the church asks one person each to save the planet, kill yourself, however, is purely by choice.
Yeah, but at that rate, aren't they going to run out of parishioners?
Eventually, there'll be nobody left, and I guess they consider that a win. What's weird is most churches today try and get parishioners in because money drives that, kind of like the cigarette companies. They want to hook them young, get them hooked, and keep pressing that product. But here you got a bunch of guys that eventually just want to kill each other, die off, and think, hey, we've succeeded. What happens if you say you're going to kill yourself, but you chicken out? What's the penalty? Death?
I don't know. It's incredible. What these people stand for anything? What do they stand for? I mean,
is this real? Could this be real?
Well, I bet it could be real. What's weird to me, if they're saying, the world sucks, people suck, there's no hope, don't bother trying to change anything, just kill yourself.
It's not much of a church.
It's pretty scary, this kind of thing. Pretty scary.
So imagine trying to picture their marketing, social media. Like they started with maybe 500 to 1,000 followers, and then their website say, yay, 1,000 followers and falling.
It could be worse.
How?
It could have been kill yourself, and remember, bring a few friends along with you for the ride.
Kind of like a reverse Ponzi scheme where you bring people in to make it to the top, but here you bring people in and you make it to the bottom.
Right. It's the reverse pyramid thing. Right.
Gotcha.
What's really scary is how did this come about?
Yeah.
What was the inspiration? I mean, who sat down and thought, hey, I have a great idea for a religion where we all kill ourselves?
So while you were talking, I decided to look this up, and it looks like this church was organized by a woman named Chris Corda.
Yeah.
Apparently, she wanted this church to have 4 pillars that they would follow.
Pillows? What kind of pillows? Down pillows?
No. Wait. No.
What kind of pillows?
Not pillows, pillars. Like columns.
Oh, pillars. Oh,
Right.
you mean the 2 things that Samson stood between and pushed down to bring down the house?
Exactly, right. This is
Yeah,
4
the
of
guy
them.
who originally killed. Get it? Killed?
So this church is supposed to stand on 4 pillars, and
Okay.
They were suicide,
Well, that makes sense.
abortion, which is horrible if you think
Oh, yeah,
about
that
it,
ends lives. Yeah, keeps them from coming.
cannibalism, which I guess if they're going to eat each other, who cares? Who
and
really
guess what?
cares?
And 2 birds at one stone. You end hunger
Right.
and,
Right.
and life on earth at the
their
same
f-
time.
And their 4th pillar was sodomy, which
Wait
all
a
right.
minute. Wait a minute. No, I'm not buying it. How do you kill yourself with sodomy? Unless you're doing
Well, I guess because
some woman and her husband comes home and he's got a gun.
they didn't want to procreate, so sodomy was
Oh.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
are you sure
that
a
was
woman
a-
thought this up and it wasn't a man?
It's kind of
It
funny
sounds like what?
that suicide, abortion, cannibalism, sodomy, SACS, sex.
SACS.
Yeah, sex. It sounds, people getting sacked, being subtle about sex. I don't know what it was.
Sex. I don't know.
Right.
All right. So tell me about this dream this woman had.
Oh, it's funny you should say that. It turns out that that was her inspiration. She had a dream about an alien that she called the Being, who told her that everything's a lie. Government's a lie, and
What's a lie? Aliens?
that everything that we hear from the government and everything out there is one big lie. That no one's really concerned about the environment. No one's really out for us. We're just expendable. So why not just go kill yourself?
Well, you can't prove aliens, so there's no way to actually prove the whole thing.
There you go.
It's like saying you hear voices from God. Yeah, that's not inspiration. You're a psycho.
Oh, yeah, right. Something tells you, it's aliens or it's God told me to go shoot up the town, or aliens, God, something told them to go start a fire,
Or told them to go sleep with their sister or a cow.
or both. We go now to Gary, our correspondent in the field, covering a local protest. Due to rises in the COVID cases and its variants, Gary is staying safe and wearing his mask. Hello, Gary. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. Nice to be here.
Did he say French fries, ice cold beer? Ooh.
Oh, I hope so because I'm hungry.
Yummy.
They don't feed me here in the studio. I get nothing. And
my
a nice
stomach's
cold
rumbling.
beer would be nice about now.
Yeah.
So he's offering us French fries and beer? How is that possible?
He was supposed to be at a protest. It sounds like he's somewhere else. Gary,
I don't know.
Are
You
you
gotta
at the
ask him.
state? Are you at the state fair?
No, I said nice to be here.
Oh. He said, "Nice to be here."
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's nice to have you, Gary.
Yeah.
That makes more sense, Bill. Yeah, nice to be
Sure.
here. Why did you think
Yeah.
he said French fries, ice cold beer?
Well, it sounded like that.
That's what, well, yeah, me too. But
Where are you
Anyway.
right now, Gary?
I'm in front of the courthouse.
Oh, did he say?
no, I didn't hear him at all. Ask him again.
Where are you right now, Gary?
In front of the courthouse.
Did he say he's in front of a whorehouse?
Oh, no.
No.
I would have never suspected that
Did you
Gary
hear
has to
that?
pay for sex. I did.
You did
And
hear that.
I wonder how much they charge because, I've been very lonely myself, Bill. I really don't talk about it a lot, but I would pay for it.
I know you would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary, why are you in front of a whorehouse? Are you having trouble finding a good woman?
No, not me. I'm married.
He said He's hairy.
He's hairy.
That's what I
Well,
heard.
maybe that's why he's in front of the whorehouse. I've met Gary, and I didn't think he was particularly hairy. But then again, he never ripped his shirt open and showed me his chest. And come to think of it, Robin Williams was hairy, and he had a wife. So,
It's
well, there
true.
you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. Is there a demonstration going on?
Yes, there are. And then guys, you can go ahead and feel free to call me Harry Gary. But there are people.
Hey, Harry Gary, I like that.
Yeah, there are people in the streets.
There's people in sheets.
There's people in sheets.
That's what I heard.
Was it like a toga party? I thought he was at a protest. How did he get to a toga party?
I don't know, Gary. Why are there people in sheets? Is this a KKK rally?
No. Street.
Oh.
Streets.
Streets. Yeah.
Oh, well,
that makes sense.
I knew that. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Why would people be in sheets?
Yeah.
Unless, of course, they were from another country where people wear sheets.
Right.
But
could be.
No,
yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah.
No. Are they chanting anything?
Yes, guys, it appears they are. They're saying, "We won't feed for sticking assholes."
Did he say we don't need no stinking badges?
Yep. That's what he said.
Okay.
We don't need no stinking badges. And what's funny is my next thought was, where have I heard that before? That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
That was a movie. Young Frankenstein? No.
I don't
No.
think so.
Let me think. We don't need no stinking badges. Well,
You got me.
not everybody needs a badge.
I guess not.
Certain
Why
people
don't-
need badges.
Why
Like
don't they
police
wear
officers.
badges? Hey,
I don't ask them.
Gary, why don't they wear badges? Do they feel some kind of racism?
I don't think so. They refuse to wear masks.
They're used to attacks?
Attacks.
That sounds
Who's
like what he
attacking?
said.
Has this thing gone violent? People are
Maybe.
used to being attacked.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
no.
Guys, I can't hear you. So much loud noise.
Oh,
not sure. Did
did he say Proud Boys?
I think so.
He
Yeah.
said the Proud Boys.
Yeah.
There's too many Proud Boys, and they're attacking.
Oh
this
boy.
is not good.
Oh, boy.
We send them out to do these things, and some of them just get violent, and I
Yeah.
really worry about them being out there. What else is going on there?
Well, a van full of nuns with machine guns just pulled up and are opening fire. Gotta run.
Oh my God.
Wow!
Oh my God.
Oh, a van full of nuns with
That's not
machine
funny.
guns. Oh, I
That's-
didn't say it was. That's terrible.
Oh boy.
Why would a van full of nuns with machine guns open fire? I wonder if they're the old-fashioned nuns, with like the black habit and the
maybe.
thing they used to wear on their head. They used to look like Batman. Remember? Remember the
I guess
nuns?
so, but I'm
You
a little
think?
concerned for our correspondent there. I hope.
Yeah, me too.
I hope we get to see Gary again. Well,
Yeah. All right. Goodbye, Gary.
Yeah.
Take cover.
This presentation sponsored by
Are you socially awkward? Do you tend to be obnoxious around other people? Can you not be trusted to say the right thing in mixed company? Do you sincerely want to change your life for the better? Introducing Wank Zappa, a life-changing device that will keep you on the straight and narrow. A simple but complex electrode is implanted in your skull, accessing the part of your brain that governs speech and emotion. A receiving unit is attached to the inside of your underwear, where a measured jolt of electricity is administered every time you say something off color or inappropriate. The larger the gaff, the more the zap. All the way from a slight tingle to writhing on the floor with your package on fire. You will learn to be a better person in public. Wank Zappa. Find us in the Sharper Image catalog.
Thank you. Please wait for assistance.
We are going to discuss our main topic for our very first show. And the name of that topic is
oh, we
Totally
have a topic for today.
Miscast. Yes, we have a topic. We actually
wasn't
have a
sure.
topic.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and that topic is totally miscast Hollywood roles.
Got
Now,
it.
everyone's been to the movies, and we've all
Well-
seen movies where we thought, wow, this person that they picked for this role is perfect.
Sure.
And it made the movie that much better, correct?
Sure.
Would
Sure.
you agree?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And then there have been times we've been to the movies, and the person that they picked as the star has no clue why they're there. They do a horrible job, and they totally ruin the movie. So
It
that being
happens.
said, here we go.
Okay.
And these are some movies that I found
Mhm.
that are unanimously rated as bad actors. And not so
Bad
much
lead.
bad actors,
Bad lead.
not so much bad
Bad choice
actors,
lead.
but bad choice lead.
Right.
So we'll start with the first one.
Okay.
Okay. There was a Sherlock Holmes reboot a few years ago starring Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
And did you see it?
I seen it, and I seen the sequel also. And
Right.
if you
So
want
did
my
I.
opinion before you go into what yours, I will say that before I even saw the movie, I thought, wait, what? Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock Holmes. First of all, I was expecting that they would hire someone British. Okay, so going in, that was already my problem. But I'll let
That would
you.
have helped.
I'll let you say, because you know. Well, look, there's been a lot of movies. Look at a lot of superhero movies that they end up hiring British actors to do an American accent. So it happens, right?
Right.
So go ahead.
I thought the movie was good. I thought his acting was good, but I don't think he was right for the role. I
Agree.
think a better actor for that role would have been Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I think Liam Neeson could have done Sherlock Holmes. I think he definitely has the look. He definitely can do the accent. I would
Yep.
agree on that. My best choice, he's a top choice, but I have to get into a quick discussion with you because we have talked about this in the past, and that has to do with the Sherlock TV show. And I want to bring it up because it's I love the show, and I know you didn't like it, and you weren't interested in it because your reasoning was you didn't like the modernization of Sherlock. Okay.
Correct.
And I loved that idea. I thought that was a great spin on it. And aside the fact that Cumberbatch is a really good actor, and I can't think of his name right now. I know him normally, who played Dr. Watson. We're a great team, and I think that they did a wonderful job. In fact, there's at least one episode of the series where they do a retro show, and they're set in the late 1800s, and it's them playing like it's like a history episode, and it was excellent. And I think that he was fantastic as Sherlock Holmes. Granted, I would have liked to seen him in big screen doing it in place of Robert Downey Jr. But if it had to be a more known actor, believe it or not, I think that Christian Bale would be a great choice as Sherlock Holmes. A little edgier, he'd be quite interesting. And I base that on the Prestige. You know how way he was in the movie Prestige. I think he'd do a really good job as Sherlock Holmes. And another person, I don't know if you saw the movie Knives Out, but
I did.
I actually was not that big of a fan of the movie, but I liked Daniel Craig, and I like Daniel Craig in general. But Daniel Craig is the detective in there, and I don't want to give away anything for anyone who's never seen it, but he's a detective in there, and he has a Southern accent. He does a great job of it. He does a great job of acting,
Correct.
and they're going to do a franchise. They're going to do a sequel with him again as that detective. So I can't help but think of like, oh, it'd be interesting Daniel Craig as Sherlock Holmes, of course, with doing the British accent. So he's another person that I think would do a great job, and I definitely think would love to have seen any one of those guys, Christian Bale, Daniel Craig, or Cumberbatch do it.
Yeah.
And I will agree that your Liam Neeson would also be a good choice. Robert Downey Jr. I love the guy, but he's not Sherlock Holmes. Onward.
No, I need somebody tall and wiry to be Sherlock Holmes.
Yes. It's it's because whether or not you read the stuff and that's what you're expecting, or if you're into more classic films, Basil Rathbone doing the black and white ones, and any other version that's been, you're expecting that tall, thin British actor. So yeah, it's true. In his time, David Niven or someone like that, would have been great as Sherlock Holmes. So
all right.
Anyway,
the next film on our roster is a well-known film from the 90s. It is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, starring Kevin Costner. Now,
yeah,
you got a guy playing Robin Hood that didn't even bother trying to fake an English accent. Not even close. All right? And I've seen the movie many times. It's a good movie. It's a good film.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else around him speaks in an English accent except him.
Right.
So
right.
I think a better actor that could have played that role well and faked a good English accent would have been Kevin Kline.
Okay.
That's who I think could have played a better role.
You convinced me enough about Kevin Costner, and I think Kevin Kline could have played the part. Definitely. In Kevin Costner's, a lot of things you said I agree with. I love the movie. I like the movie. I've seen it several times. I don't hate Kevin Costner in it. I happen to like Kevin Costner a lot. But yes, miscast to an extent. And I think a lot of it has to do with the accent. I did hear that he did not have enough time for preparation to perfect the accent. So I have to give him a little bit of leeway there, but here's a guy who was it like almost right after that or right before that did the Dances with Wolves, and
an excellent job.
Work, but the work that went into Dances with Wolves, he was involved, I believe, with the writing, possibly. I could be wrong about that, but definitely with the producing and directing and starring. So when you think about someone who's going to wear all those hats, they're going to put a lot into a movie that you think if he had the clout, which he should have had, that he could have told him, look, I need more time to get the accent right. And they didn't. And that role does suffer. So yeah, I think he may not have been the best choice. And without
who's your choice?
Well, you know what? A first person I would have to say before I even say my choice at the time, because remember, we're talking about 30 years ago. Now, this person would have been like a little toddler, but I can't help but think of someone who's, like I said, he would have been only like 10 years old, but Orlando Bloom would make a great Robin Hood. I can picture that, but he's not someone at the time who would have been old enough, but someone who could have been a better Robin Hood was in that movie, and that's Alan Rickman.
I would have to agree.
Alan Rickman could have made a great Robin Hood. In fact, hilariously, I would have loved to seen Alan Rickman play the sheriff of Nottingham with just different costumes and, playing both roles, do the whole Eddie Murphy thing where he's playing multiple characters. That'd be really hilarious to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he could have done both parts.
I think I don't know how old Viggo Mortensen. Yeah, if I said it right. Viggo Mortensen.
Well, he probably would have been in his 20s. So yeah, in the 90s. So,
he could have pulled. I think Viggo Mortensen could have pulled that off too.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, our next film is an older film that I did not see, but it's very controversial. It's been controversial for years, and it is called The Conqueror. It is the story of Genghis Khan, and who stars as Genghis Khan is the legendary John Wayne.
John Wayne.
So you've got John Wayne the cowboy
Right.
dressed up to look like Genghis Khan.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I did not see the movie, but I can't picture him in that role whatsoever.
Oh, Hollywood back in those days, it was so much, whitewashing, right? It was,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah,
But
who's your better choice?
What's sad is there was a very famous actor around at that time who could have stepped in and really played the part, and that is the late Yul Brynner.
Yes.
Yul Brynner could have been Genghis Khan without any makeup.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
Stick him in the
Definitely
suit.
could have done it. Yeah.
Stick him in the costume, and
Agree.
bingo, you've got Genghis Khan.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Yul Brynner would be my choice. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. The next film is a remake of a great film that came out in the 70s that I'm sure a lot of people have seen. The original film was called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Well, somebody decided to make a remake and stick Johnny Depp in the starring role. I did not see this film.
Okay.
But I have seen stills and little bits and pieces of it over time. And Johnny Depp just looks too strange and weird
Yeah.
to pull off the role of Willy Wonka.
Right.
I just look at him and I just shake my head.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
I think the actor Jeff Goldblum could have done a much better job as Willy Wonka.
I could see Jeff being a possibility. Sure, if we're going to do that, I would say that. I did see Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and it was tough to get through. And Johnny Depp, yes, was not a good choice. And I like Johnny Depp in a lot of roles, but not in that one at all. And he's creepy. He's a little disturbing. Doesn't really bring much at all to it to me. But in his defense, to remake a movie where Gene Wilder just totally embodies Willy Wonka, it's hard to top that ever.
Yeah, those are tough shoes to fill.
And as weird as it would be, my choices to play Willy Wonka are really only two people, and they're both dead. So, Gene Wilder or Robin Williams, those are the only two that I could picture to be Willy Wonka. You know, you need that craziness, and both of them. Well, obviously Gene did it, but I think Robin Williams would have been fantastic at it. And hell, I'd even bring them back from the grave and just to watch either one of them do it. That's a bit weird. Huh? That's a bit weird.
So moving on. So recently, a bunch of books have made it to the screen, and those books are the Jack Reacher series.
Right.
Now, if you've read the books, and I've read most of them, Jack Reacher is 6'5", 250 pounds of muscle. He is a force of nature. He is a one-man wrecking crew.
Right.
And to see Tom Cruise play that role,
right,
I just didn't fly. Now, if you take away the total physical part of not really matching Jack Reacher, he actually does a good job. But if you're expecting a large guy that beats the crap out of a lot of people a lot,
you don't buy it.
I don't buy it.
Right.
I just don't buy it.
Right. Who's your better choice?
My better choice would have been Jason Momoa.
Okay, I could see that. I did not read. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he's a big guy, And I think if you were to shave Jason, cut his hair short, stick him in a, I don't know, stick him in some
Military
clothes,
right?
I think he could have been a better Jack Reacher. That's just my opinion. Again, this is totally my opinion.
Right.
And I've seen both films.
Right. I did not read any Jack Reacher, so I have a question. The Jack Reacher in the books, is he very, very smart and also huge?
He's extremely smart and huge.
All right. So, a choice that I would have liked to have seen. I saw both Jack Reacher movies, and I am a fan of Tom Cruise. Most of the times, movie wise, if that makes any sense, I'm a fan of him in the movies. Let's leave it at that. But I guess if I had read the book and I was expecting someone like you're saying to be so much more fitting of the guy who could really do damage to other people, and Tom doesn't look like that. Maybe they like the idea that, you go for the opposite thing, or maybe because obviously Tom Cruise is interested in Jack Reacher, so it's Tom Cruise, so we're going to put Tom Cruise going to be Jack Reacher no matter what. But I think some better replacements could have been someone like Chris Helmsworth. I think he's got the size. I think he's got a look for it. He can clean himself up and not look like Thor when he cuts his hair, and I think he'd be interesting. So
yeah,
here's
I can see that.
Okay,
that's a good choice. That's a real good choice. All right, our next film is quite controversial. It is Batman versus Superman.
Right.
I've heard people talk about how horrible this movie was, and then I've heard people say how great the movie was. Okay, and I think a big problem with this film was casting Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Now, Jesse Eisenberg has been in quite a few films, and he does an excellent job in the roles that he's been picked for. But this time, to be a mad, crazy, I don't know, to Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, I just don't see it.
Yeah, you can't just shave somebody's head and make him Lex Luthor. That's what happens there.
No.
Exactly.
And nobody is ever going to be as good as Gene Hackman. Nobody.
Sure. Agree.
Is ever gonna,
Absolutely agree.
Because he
set a bar. He set a standard. Yep.
I mean, he played it tongue in cheek, and he still came off as a
menacing,
as a crazy mastermind.
Perfect. It was a perfect combination.
Absolutely.
Kevin Spacey came close, but not that I wouldn't say he was miscast. There's other issues with that movie, but he was a better choice than Eisenberg. Absolutely. So, who's your better choice for Batman versus Superman?
Well, I think Lex Luthor could have been played better by Sacha Baron Cohen. I have seen him in quite a few films, other than the those movies. What are they called?
The Borat movies.
The Borat movies. Thank you.
Right.
I recently saw him on Netflix about the trial of the Chicago 7.
Yes.
And he was absolutely phenomenal.
Right.
I think he has the capacity to be a scary, evil mastermind when he puts his whole self into it.
Okay.
I think he would have done an incredible job.
I think I agree. My choice, other than him, he's a good choice. He wouldn't be my first choice coming to mind, although I'm not even sure my first choice, but a choice that I did pop in on this was another bald actor, and that's Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis as Lex Luthor.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
I think he has the ability.
Go ahead.
I think he has the ability to bring We know he can bring the humor when he wants to. He could pass for the look. He can pass for the menacing part. I think he could pull it off. I think he could pull it off.
Yeah. And the bald part is actually the comic relief part of the original Superman movie.
Right, because he'd be wearing the wigs and then pulls it off at the end.
Supposedly nobody knew that he was bald. So when he pulls the wig off and he's bald, that's the comic relief.
Yeah.
So I don't really think it matters. I mean, Jesse Eisenberg wasn't bald playing Lex Luthor. So, but Bruce Willis, yeah, I could see him as an evil genius. Yeah, I could see him pull that off. Yeah. All right. So another controversial film that came out a few years ago, The Lone Ranger, the movie version, with Johnny Depp as Tonto. And some people have said, oh my gosh, what a great job. He really nailed it. And some people said, no, bad, very, very bad. So I did see The Lone Ranger. The movie was forgettable. And giving it some thought, I think either Antonio Banderas or Graham Greene could have done a much better job as Tonto. Now, considering that Graham Greene actually has some Indian blood in him, I think that would have brought some authenticity to the role. And Antonio Banderas probably could have played a decent Indian. What do you think?
All right, I won't disagree with that. I did also see The Lone Ranger. I saw it a number of times. One of those people who actually did like it. There are some issues with the film. It has a bit of an odd tone. The tone in that movie kind of shifts around a little bit. I think it gets too serious and gets a little too almost graphic in some moments for a tone that switches and can be more light. So getting past that, I thought Johnny Depp wasn't that bad. He's not my best choice, but I thought he did okay in the role. I agree with you that it would be nice. It would have been preferred that a Native American actor could have played the part.
Agreed.
Two people coming to my mind is bringing back your Jason Momoa. He's Native American, and Lou Diamond Phillips, a little older. But I would definitely would have liked to have seen someone like Lou Diamond Phillips in that role. Yep.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
So, Ray, this guy in Maine.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Before you start with Stupid Criminals, there's something I want to say.
Okay.
Every time we set a time to be in the studio to record, I'm always there on time and you're always late. And like we discussed, I'm always naked. So what I want to know is, when you get to the studio, are you naked too?
No.
Oh, bastard. I'm putting my freaking clothes back on. All right, on with the show.
That's hard to follow. So, Ray, this guy in Maine got arrested because he tried to post bail.
Arrested for what?
Actually, he got arrested because there was a warrant for his arrest.
They found him. They went knocking on his door and said, hey, we have a warrant, and they arrested him?
There was a stolen car. It was a report for a
He stole a car?
No, he didn't steal the car.
He didn't steal the car. Okay.
No. All right. So these deputies, they're responding to a report for a stolen car.
Oh, okay.
Got it. And this guy who just happened to be there.
Why was he there? Just walking by?
He was walking. Yeah. He was just walking.
Just walking by.
They thought he was a person of interest, and they determined he wasn't involved, but they arrested him because he had an outstanding warrant for theft.
Ah.
Yeah.
And did I hear you right? He tried to pay his bail with counterfeit bills?
Yeah. They brought him into the courtroom, and he tried to pay Bale with 2 counterfeit $100 bills is what he actually used.
What did he use to create him? An Etch-a-Sketch?
You think, I don't know, maybe he did something
Well,
crazy?
obviously, he obviously doesn't have a state-of-the-art copier.
No.
Maybe the dead giveaway was Bill Clinton as the president?
Obviously, he was denied bail.
Oh,
Yeah.
good to know.
Right. So now he was
Yeah.
being charged, aside from the original theft, he was now charged
Yeah.
for forgery.
Great. And then what happened?
Oh, well, later that day, he was able to post bail, or at least post $100 of his bail. So I guess
With
he
the
was
counterfeit bill?
he was half out of the door. No, apparently he had the real money, he was
Amazing.
yeah, he was
Let me ask you, can you arrest someone for being stupid?
Yeah, I think you can.
Well, he needs to be locked up for good.
Him and a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
So
then
what's the moral of the story? What happened?
he didn't have anyone to represent him.
Well, that's not surprising.
No, didn't even have a.
Does he have a
working
phone number where he could be reached?
No, he had no working phone number.
Not surprised.
No.
I'm sure he pays that with counterfeit 20s. You know, I heard they put one of those bills in front of Stevie Wonder, and he went, "Yep, counterfeit." This segment of the show is called "What the Film," where I read a movie plot to Bill, and he has to try and figure out what the movie is. Now, I've been very vague, but these plots will lead you eventually to a movie if you know your stuff.
And these
So I'll
aren't
read
like
the first
obscured
plot.
movie, are they?
Oh no, they're not obscure.
No.
No, these are well-known films that
Okay.
pretty much everyone has seen. So, plot number 1. A young man with ambition and a wanderlust grows up to be the driving force behind the family business. And when things go awry, he questions whether he'd be better off if he'd never been born. Okay? Go.
Okay. Let me think here. 30 million born. Lawrence of Arabia?
No, a long, boring movie, but no, not even close.
Well, it's the first thing that came to my mind. It's epic. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that.
No.
All right.
No, that's not it.
Let's see. Take over the family business. 30 seconds left. Lawrence. No, I said that already. Oh, Young Frankenstein.
Oh, interesting, but no, that's not it. No,
Oh.
he does. He does take over the family business, but he.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
10, 9, 7, 6,
Back to the Future.
5, 4.
Oh, interesting.
I'm out of
He
time.
has to save.
I'm out of time.
He has to save the family, but he doesn't ever question whether he should have never been born. So you're out of time. You're out of guesses.
Do I got a final guess? How about Terminator 2?
Oh, like
Well-
John Connor?
Right, takes over the family business.
Yeah. Nope.
What
You don't
was
have it.
Oh,
Okay. The correct answer is It's a Wonderful Life.
Damn! I was so close.
No, you weren't even close. You weren't even in the neighborhood.
Ah.
You were in another country.
Oh, come on.
Nope. Okay, here's the next one. Hopefully
All
you'll
right.
do better.
Yeah.
A chance to redeem yourself.
Okay.
A meek but very smart man decides to change his life for the better, which has disastrous consequences on his love life and profession. In the end, he realizes his self-worth and reverts back to his old self. Okay, go.
Unique, smart guy. Well, in an old
Clock's
film,
ticking.
the first one, maybe. I know. Old film, maybe it's starting with Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, well, let me know because my time's going here. Yes or no?
No, that's not
Daddy?
it. Keep
Ah,
going.
Damn it. Okay. He's smart. Oh, maybe it's something more. I'm getting down to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Another good guess. And I can see where you went with that, but nope, that's not it. Keep
Oh,
going.
come on.
10,
I'm
9,
running out of time.
8,
How
7,
about
6, 5, 4.
how about the Incredible Hulk?
Oh, disaster effect.
Oh, I'm out of time.
Realize.
Out
No.
of time. Oh, man.
One last guess?
Yeah, my final guess. Willy Wonka.
Seriously, Willy Wonka?
Oh,
Why?
Well, you know what? You said it was a guy who, changed his life for the better. Hey, look, Willy Wonka. We never knew his backstory. We never knew where he came from. Maybe he was, he was a smart guy. He was, disastrous.
Good point.
I don't know.
But that's really stretching it. But no.
Right. Okay. What was
The
it?
real answer is The Nutty Professor.
Oh, wow. I almost had it.
Yeah, no, you missed again. Okay, here's the last one. Maybe you can get 1 out of 3.
Damn.
All right.
All right.
A child from the other side of the tracks is abandoned by his family and is found and adopted by a new family. The child grows up to be a great man, but a jealous and callous stepbrother forces the man to examine his roots, which cause him to be lost among many for many years. Okay, go.
Okay. I'm going to get this one. I'm going to get this one this time. You're not going to get me. Maybe the clue is in the... Step Brothers. Got to be it.
Really? That's your guess? Step Brothers?
No?
Which one of them becomes the great man and examines his roots?
All right. I'm going to keep going.
Try again.
All right. Oh, I'm getting halfway there. That damn clock. Oh, wait a minute. I got it. I got it.
Yeah?
Dumb and Dumber.
No, you're drowning. Forget it. Not
They could
even
have been
close.
brothers.
No,
They
try
could have been
again.
stepbrothers.
Nope.
10,
No, they're not even. No, they're not related. They're not
All
brothers.
right. Okay.
Try again.
Time's almost out.
Yep.
Oh. The timer's. Oh, damn it.
Come on, something. Give me something.
Final guess. Superman.
Oh. Now.
Oh.
I like that. Is abandoned by his family, adopted
I
by
got
a
it,
new
didn't I?
family. He does grow up to be a great man. Oh, the jealous and callous stepbrother could be the
Yeah.
guy that follows him to Earth,
Sure.
and they have this big fight
right.
at the
Exactly
end
what I
of
was
the movie.
thinking.
But guess what?
Exactly what I was thinking.
That ain't it.
Oh, what?
No, not it.
Are you sure it wasn't
Sorry.
Superman?
Positive. Look,
What
I
was
wrote
it?
I wrote the clues. I know
Okay,
the
well,
answers.
Yeah, what was it?
You're gonna
Smarty?
love this. You ready?
Yeah.
The movie is The 10 Commandments.
Are you sure it wasn't Superman?
A guy grows up. He gets adopted by a new family. The child grows up to be a great man, but the stepbrother, who is the what do you call the
Pharaoh?
The
The Pharaoh?
Yes. Okay, the
Pharaoh
Pharaoh.
to be.
The Pharaoh to be forces the man to realize that, well, he is Jewish, and then he casts him out, and he gets lost with all those Israelites for 40 years.
Okay, there you have it. Better luck next time for me, I guess.
Better luck next time.
This presentation sponsored by
Are you a mom who, like millions of other moms, are concerned with all the sugar and additives found in kids' cereals today? Well, General Kellogg has a cereal for you, and your kids are gonna hate you for it. Introducing Dehydrated Sauerkraut Flakes Cereal. That's right, pour a heaping amount in a large bowl, add boiling water, and seconds later you've got a natural, healthy cereal that you can feel proud to serve your little ones. What? The kid can't finish a whole bowl? Save some for later when you're serving hot dogs or corned beef.
Hey, you know, I think I need a segment where I can just rant. And I'm going to call it, Have You Ever Wanted To?
Okay, sure.
That being said, here's one. Have you ever been in a bar when some drunk guy walks up to you, puts his arm around your shoulders, and proceeds to tell you his whole life story? You know, he reeks of beer and cigarettes, and he has now found his new best buddy to talk to. Have you ever wanted to just take the bowl of cashews that are in front of you and whack him on the forehead with it?
No. Remind me not to go to any bars with you. What's wrong with you? Why do you have all this pent-up anger?
I don't know. Maybe my underwear is too tight. You never know.
A little TMI there.
Oh,
Wow.
just a little. Okay. All right. Well, here's the next thing I think of.
I'm afraid to hear it. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you're gonna hear it because it's my rant. Have you ever wanted to take a fistful of rocks and just throw them out your driver's window high in the air so they hit the windshield of the semi behind you?
Boy, you like to live dangerously, right? You like to live life dangerous,
Yeah.
don't you? Why would you do that? Why would you put a crack in his windshield?
Why?
Yeah.
Revenge. Aren't I entitled to some form of retribution? You know how many cracked windshields I've had in my life?
But did this particular guy behind you, did he do anything to you?
I don't know. I mean, how do I know? But I mean, what if he kicked up a rock 10 years ago and put that giant crack in my windshield like so many others have? He could be guilty. Look, somebody has to pay.
Oh, you really should seek some help. You're not right in the head.
Yeah, tell me about it. Okay. Yeah. You know when you're at a wedding and the preacher asks if anyone has any reason why these two people should not get married? I've
Yeah.
always wanted to just stand up and plead with the groom to not go through it because of all the nights we spent together. You know, just to see the look on the bride's face.
You know, you have a mean streak a mile long. There's something wrong.
Oh, yeah.
There's something
It's 10
wrong.
miles long, buddy. Forget it. All right. You know when you're in a restaurant and some
Yeah.
kid is walking around, going from table to table, disrupting other people's meals? Have you ever wanted to stick your foot out so he goes flying into the back of a chair?
You know what? That one has crossed my mind from time to time.
I knew it.
I'm not sure how to answer that one.
Well, what is wrong with you, though? Why would you do that? I mean, I'm kidding, but what if the kid breaks a wrist or an arm? How irresponsible can you be?
Would you do it?
Oh, in a heartbeat. You know what I've always wanted to do? I've always wanted to go to the food court at the mall and have a fake alien pop out of my belly just to see the look of horror on the faces. Wouldn't that be hysterical? I mean, I could find some fake blood,
That would
you
be
know,
funny.
writhe around on the floor and then pop it up through my shirt. You know,
Oh.
kind of like what they
Oh my
did
God.
in Spaceballs.
Yeah. I'd like to see that.
Oh, I would too. You know what I want to do? I want to
What?
have a shirt made with my picture on it that says, "Have you seen this man?" with a phone number attached to it to call. Just
And
to,
the picture
just to
is you.
confuse people. What the picture is me, yeah. The picture is me, and under it says, "Have you seen this man?" with my phone number on it. And just watch the faces as I walk by people. You think there's something wrong with me?
Yeah, absolutely. But
Well, you know, you realize we are brothers, so you do have some of my blood.
yeah, hopefully the normal part.
So, hey, listen, thanks for joining us this week on Pull Yourself to Pieces.
Please check out our website, pullyourselftopieces.podbean.com, and subscribe to the show in Apple and Google Podcasts, Pandora and Spotify, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show.
And if you enjoy our show, don't forget to give us a high rating.
And remember to tell a friend about the show, and they'll tell two friends, and they'll tell two friends, and they'll forget to tell two friends, and then they'll tell two that they hated it, and then they'll tell one friend that it sucked, and we'll be right back to zero.
Yeah, right, what he said. And listen, be sure to tune in for our next podcast.
Tell them, Ray, what we've got lined up for that next episode.
Oh, sure, Bill. We've got a great second show lined up for our listeners. Former President Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky will be
Wow.
stopping by to discuss,
Yes.
cigars and dry cleaning techniques. That should be an interesting discussion. And yeah, I will have a can of pepper spray on hand in case it gets heated. Also, a celebrity mystery guest will be stopping
Ooh.
by to discuss his next
big film release. So
All right.
Stay tuned.
Oh, most importantly, check out our ebook, The Idiot's Guide to How to Launch a Podcast, with our interactive segment where you can question Ray.
That's right. You're a resident idiot. Hey.
Now back to the show. It's finally time for today's topic, conspiracy theories. So, Ray, what do you think of the...
Thanks for listening to our show, and thank you to freesounds.org and Gottlieb, Audio Mirage, Plasterbrain, Cognito Perceptu, FK Prod, Mirage Taser, Shadow Wisp, D-Boss, Viku Seru, and Ama Kenzie. CreativeCommons.org/licenses/by/3.0/legal code.